Good morning. It's Monday morning and I had to get a wheel seal replaced on the trailer the other day. And by the time I got to my delivery, I'd lost all the oil out of that hub again. Now it is because of the auto inflate system. So before we do anything, we're gonna go get that fixed. Then we'll see how long that takes and then try and get back out on the road. But stay tuned. Take the trailer for repair again for the second time in a week. All right, so here we are. We're back at the house. We every time. I took the trailer down to get the auto inflate system taken care of, and what we discovered was there is a tiny little, what was it called? It's called a thermal screw bolt. Anyway, it's a little Allen screw. It's very tiny. Apparently it blew out, so it's leaking air into the hub, which is blowing the oil out. Unfortunately, they didn't have the part, and nobody close had the part, so I had to wait on it to be overnighted or whatever. So I am at the house. I'm waiting on the phone call that part has come in, and then we should be good to go once we get that put in. I'll put some pictures in here somewhere, or video, when I get back down there. But that's where we're at right now. Last week I had a wheel seal go out, so I took it to my go-to shop on the road, and you know, I was about due for brakes on the trailer anyway, so while we were in there replacing that wheel seal, we went ahead and replaced the brakes on the trailer, at least on that axle. I'll go back in a couple of weeks and get the other ones done. They're in decent shape, but I like to change them all at once, so got a PM on the truck, so that was due. So yeah, I've been making money just to pay for the truck. It's kind of the way it goes sometimes. Got to spend money to make money, but it's all right. It's that time of the year where things are kind of slow, so I guess get it taken care of while we're slow. And then now we got a storm coming in, so that's going to kind of mess things up for the week. So we'll see where we're at, though. I may wait and let that storm blow out and then head out toward the end of the week and get after it. Hopefully we'll be good to go for a while. All right, so he called. The part's back in, or the part's in. So we're going to head back down here to the shop and get this taken care of. Hopefully that'll solve all our issues with this trailer. And yeah, check back in with you. So this tiny little guy right here is the culprit of all the problems with this auto inflate system. I hope. Here's a better view of it. I don't know if you can see if it's going to focus, but little thermal coupler or thermal screw blew out there, and it was blowing air into the hub. Okay, told you guys there was a storm coming, so, you know, a winter storm. I mean, it's not like crazy, but it's coming down hard and fast. So we got us a fire lit, and what we're gonna do today is take the time and I think we're gonna build some toolboxes. All right, so we are back. It's snowing like crazy outside. Just mentioned some toolboxes, as you can see behind me, maybe. Well, it's kind of blurry. Let's see if we can get it to focus. I've got a rolling tool cart there and a couple of larger boxes that my wife got me for Christmas. Hadn't had a chance to put them together yet and put them to use. I'll probably do that, do some sort of review in another video if anybody's interested. In the meantime, yeah, so that little tiny screw was the culprit of the auto inflate system issues that I was having. I thought it was maybe in one of the lines or the T-valve itself or the stator. We did replace the stator, however, because it didn't have, it was a little loose. Didn't have as much, what's the word I'm looking for? Friction, or it didn't have as much bite to it as it should have. It's the best way I can put it. But let me see if I can put this picture right here. If you notice the hole to the side of the spindle nut and all that, that's where that little screw goes. And what happens if it gets too hot? It's a thermal bolt, so if it gets too hot, it pops. I'm not sure the reason behind that, and the mechanic wasn't even sure the reason behind that. As you can tell, it hasn't warmed up in here yet. But he wasn't sure the reason other than maybe that air blows through to try and cool the hub or anything like that if it gets too hot. Again, I told you I just replaced a wheel seal, so it may have gotten hot enough to pop that little thing before I got it replaced. The one I had in my hand, there was a hole in it, and it's basically, that hole is just dripped with a little piece of solder or something, because the new one, once we put the new one in, everything was fine, and there was not any issues. Problem is, with it blowing air in there, it'll blow that hub oil right out through the vent holes. It also, if you get too much pressure in that hub, it can pop the sight glass right out of there. This is weird, me talking. And maybe I should have done this inside. Oh well. But yeah, if it gets too much air pressure in there, it can pop the sight glass right out of there, because that sight glass isn't very thick, so it doesn't take much to pop it out. So, along with the theme of pre-trip and things like that I've kind of had going on over these past few videos, that's another thing to keep an eye on, is that sight glass. Take a look at that oil. I could visibly see the oil moving in the sight glass because of that air coming in there. So also, most trailers have a light on the front if there's an issue with the auto inflate system, which that light was coming on, but it was going off after a few minutes, which is what it's supposed to do. If it stays on constantly more than, I think it's 10 or 15 minutes, there's definitely an issue. Or if it stays on constantly, there's an issue, which the light wasn't staying on constantly. Like I said, it's just one more thing to check or to keep an eye on when you're doing these pre-trips and walk around, because that could cause some major problems. The auto inflate system won't work properly. It could blow the whole oil out of the hub, which that's the part we didn't understand. Why would it do that, to blow the oil out of the hub, if it's getting hot enough to blow that thermal coupler? Anyway, you would think that would make it worse. With that said, you guys be safe. Thanks for trucking with T-Bone. Like, subscribe, share. Oh, the video I posted a couple of days ago about the truck driver that was killed, that video kind of took off on me a little bit unexpectedly. And I just wanted to say to all the new subscribers and all the people that's viewed that video, thank you. It means a lot. It's very cool. I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoy the channel. Hope you tell your friends about it. And I guess that's it. Thanks for trucking with T-Bone. You guys take care, be safe, and we will see you guys soon.